USA vs Mexico Gold Cup Final. Title: USA falls to Mexico 2-1 in a thrilling Gold Cup final. The atmosphere was electric at NRG Stadium in Houston on Sunday night as 70,925 passionate fans packed the stands for one of CONCACAF's most heated rivalries, the United States vs Mexico in the Gold Cup final. For the US men's national team, USMNT, it was a chance to reclaim regional dominance. For Mexico's El Tri, it was an opportunity to win their 10th Gold Cup title, and they seized it. The night began with promise for the US. In just the opening minutes of the match, they found themselves ahead 1-0, thanks to a well-executed set piece. Patrick Aguimang won a free kick on the right side of the pitch. Midfielder Sebastian Berhalter delivered a curling cross into the penalty area, where centre-back Chris Richards timed his run perfectly. He rose above his marker and delivered a powerful header that smacked the underside of the crossbar. For a few tense seconds, players, coaches and fans held their breath, unsure if the ball had fully crossed the line. The assistant referee eventually raised his flag, indicating a goal, and head referee Mario Escobar confirmed it. The stadium erupted. Richards, in celebration, ran with a finger to his ear, soaking in the moment as US teammates swarmed him in joy. The US was leading 1-0, and the dream of lifting the Gold Cup seemed very real. That goal injected a surge of energy into the US team. They played with confidence and composure, holding off Mexico's early attempts to respond. The midfield held shape, and the backline remained disciplined. Goalkeeper Matt Turner made a couple of routine saves to keep Mexico at bay. For much of the first half, the US looked organized, focused, and determined to bring home the title. But El Tri is a team built for big moments, experienced, tactically sharp, and unafraid of adversity. As the match wore on, Mexico began to grow into the game. They started pushing higher up the pitch, controlling possession, and putting pressure on the US defense. Their passes became crisper, their movements more coordinated, and their intentions clearer. They were not going to leave without a fight. The momentum began to shift in the second half. The US, though still solid, began to look fatigued and a step behind. Mexico's midfield started to dominate, with players like Luis Chavez and Santiago Jimenez threading passes and creating space in the attacking third. Then, in the 77th minute, came the turning point of the match. Mexico earned a corner after sustained pressure on the US goal. The ball was delivered into the box, and after a scramble in the area, Edson Alvarez managed to direct the ball into the back of the net. The Mexican players celebrated, but the referee hesitated. A dramatic VAR review followed to check for a possible handball or offside. After a couple of tense minutes, the goal was confirmed. It was 2-1 Mexico. The US bench and fans were visibly deflated. What had once seemed like a golden night was now slipping away. With just over 10 minutes remaining, the US tried to push forward in search of an equalizer. Substitutions were made to inject energy into the attack. Balls were crossed into the box. Shots were taken from distance. But Mexico defended with discipline and maturity, shutting down space and managing the clock effectively. As the final whistle blew, Mexican players fell to their knees in triumph. They had come from behind and emerged victorious once again in one of the most intense rivalries in international soccer. It was their 10th Gold Cup title, the most in tournament history, and another reminder of why Mexico has long been considered a powerhouse in North American soccer. For the United States, it was a tough pill to swallow. They had started the match with fire, scored early, and controlled long stretches of the game. But in the end, they fell short, undone by a stronger second-half performance from Mexico. Still, there were positives to take away. Young players stepped up on a big stage, the team showed composure under pressure, and despite the loss, it was a competitive and hard-fought performance. Chris Richards, who scored the opening goal, was one of the standout performers. His aerial dominance and composure at the back showed why he's considered one of the US's most promising defenders. Sebastian Berhalter also earned praise for his set-piece delivery and midfield control in the first half. On the other side, Edson Alvarez was the hero for Mexico, not only scoring the winning goal, but also controlling the midfield with his passing and positional awareness. Mexican goalkeeper Luis Malagon made some crucial saves late in the game to preserve the lead and secure the victory. Head coach Greg Berhalter, in the post-match press conference, acknowledged the disappointment, but also expressed pride in the team's effort. "We came out strong, and for a good portion of the match, we played the kind of soccer we're proud of," he said. But credit to Mexico, they adjusted, fought back, and took their chances well. We'll learn from this and keep building. The loss ends the US's run in the 2025 Gold Cup on a bittersweet note. They showed promise and passion, but fell just short of the title. For fans, it was a reminder of how thrilling and unpredictable this rivalry can be. As the US team turns its focus toward World Cup qualifiers and future international tournaments, this match will serve as both a lesson and a motivator. Beating Mexico is never easy. Holding a lead against them is even harder. But the battle is far from over.